Title: My wife wanted to celebrate our anniversary at her family's remote cabin. On the drive there, my 9-year-old daughter passed me a note. It said, "Dad, turn around now." I made an excuse to stop. Start. I'll never forget the handwriting. Small, shaky, written with the desperation of a 9-year-old girl who shouldn't have had to bear the weight of such a truth. The note slid into my palm as I drove. Her little hand, trembling, retreating quickly before her mother noticed. 4 words scrawled in pencil. "Dad, turn around now." My heart stuttered. I didn't flinch, couldn't. My wife sat beside me in the passenger seat, humming along to a Christmas song on the radio, her smile warm, practiced. I forced my face into stone. I mumbled about needing gas. Pulled into a station off the empty road. Told them I'd just be a minute. Inside the bathroom, my daughter followed me in silence, eyes wide, lips pressed shut like she'd rehearsed this moment. She reached into her coat pocket and handed me a phone. Not mine, not hers. Mom's other phone. And there, on the screen, lit up like a knife to the throat, messages, explicit, plans. Her Christmas getaway wasn't about us. She was arranging a rendezvous. The man wasn't a stranger either. It was her sister's husband. The world narrowed into a tunnel. The buzzing lights in the restroom flickered overhead. My little girl stood there, tears pooling, whispering, "I didn't want you to find out like this." I dropped to one knee, hugged her so tight I thought my arms would crack. In that moment, pain turned into something sharper, something colder. I met my wife when I was 22. She was fire, laughter, a light that cut through my quiet world. I gave her everything: a home, a life, my trust. Over the years, I ignored small cracks, the late nights, the unexplained trips to see her family. Love makes you blind. Fatherhood makes you stubborn. I told myself she was loyal because I needed her to be. But in that gas station bathroom, holding her second life in my hands, I knew. She hadn't been mine for years. And she had the audacity to drag me to a remote cabin for our anniversary, while plotting to meet her lover under the guise of family and Christmas. That was her mistake. I didn't confront her, not then. Rage is a weapon, but silence is sharper. On the ride to the cabin, I smiled at her jokes. I asked about the decorations she'd packed. I even kissed her hand when she reached for mine. All the while, my daughter sat behind us, silent, knowing. At the cabin, the snow fell heavy, blanketing everything in quiet. My wife busied herself with the tree, stringing lights, humming carols. I watched her move, thinking how easy it would be to end it here. But ending her wasn't enough. She needed to lose everything. So I waited. I planned. Over the next weeks, I became a ghost in my own home. I copied every message from that phone, every picture, every hotel booking, every whispered promise. I mapped their timeline, traced their lies, until I knew their affair better than they did. I contacted a lawyer, quietly. The evidence I gathered was enough to burn her in court. Custody, finances, reputation, I left nothing untouched.
And I waited for Christmas. The plan unfolded with the precision of a blade sliding into soft flesh. We arrived at her family's cabin as planned, her sisters and parents already there, the whole place warm with fake laughter and mulled wine. My wife glowed with confidence, believing her secret world was intact. She didn't notice my daughter avoiding her eyes. She didn't notice the small camera I'd hidden in the living room days before, synced to my phone. She didn't notice I had already invited her lover, her brother-in-law, through a carefully crafted message from her own phone. He showed up 2 hours into dinner, nervous, thinking she'd lured him here for a secret meeting. She froze when she saw him. Her fork clattered onto her plate. The family turned, confused. That's when I stood, calm, steady. I projected the contents of her hidden phone onto the television screen I'd wired earlier. One by one, the messages scrolled. Photos, videos, words dripping with lust and betrayal. Gasps filled the room. Her father's face went pale. Her sister's hands shook. My wife tried to speak, but her voice caught in her throat. Her lover's face drained of color, shame smearing across his features. The room erupted. Anger, disgust, disbelief. I didn't yell. I didn't need to. I looked her in the eyes and said, "Merry Christmas." And then I walked out. Her family disowned her. Her sister filed for divorce. My lawyer filed the custody papers the next morning. By New Year's, she was living alone, stripped of the life she thought she could balance. Me? I didn't need revenge written in blood. Watching her lose everything she'd tried to protect, the image, the lies, the family bonds she shattered with her greed, that was enough. My daughter sleeps easier now. She knows the truth, but she also knows I listened, I protected her. I didn't break. I reflect on it sometimes, the way the snow fell that night, the way the fire crackled as her world collapsed in front of the people she cared about most. Cold, merciless, final. They say revenge doesn't heal. Maybe they're right. But justice, my justice, brought clarity. I gave her silence when she deserved rage, evidence when she counted on secrecy, a stage when she thought she controlled the script. And I walked away with everything that mattered. That's what makes it satisfying. That's what makes it cold.